Hi, am I audible? Hello? Can anyone speak out? Either the host or Ms. Jyoti?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to all the participants. Behalf of VSM College of Engineering, Director Sir, Principal Sir, I extended welcome to all the HODs, colleagues, and students to this program. Finally, I welcome IIC Coordinator Sir also. I hope this session will useful for you and informative. Now, I am handing this session to Mr. Likit Sir. Yes, he is a design engineer at Neo Astra Systems India Private Limited, Bangalore, and he is giving lecture on importance of design and its industrial standards using SolidWorks. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Continue the session, sir.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Am I audible?
Sir, is it audible?
Is it audible to everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hi. Myself, Lakit, I'm working as a mechanical design engineer in Neo System India Private Limited. So first of all, I would like to thank the VSM College for providing me such a wonderful opportunity to speak out to your student and to give a lecture on some important notes on the designs as well. So before starting the session, I would request everyone to unmute themselves. Like if they have any queries, they just can raise their hands so that I can coordinate with Sing one-to-one. So I hope everyone will enjoy the session. So let's start with the session. So just give me a minute. I'll share my screen and then we can start. So is my screen is visible to everyone? Anyone can answer next. So is my screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So well, let's start with the session. So as you all know, the main topic of today, like the main topic is importance of design and its industrial standards using SolidWorks. So first of all, like I would like to ask some question to some of students, like do anyone know like Can anyone explain me what is the meaning of design? Anyone? Okay, so I'll just continue with design now. So first of all, let's understand what is design. Design is nothing but it is an initial plan that what we make before like getting an output. So let us consider if we want to do anything, such as if you consider example as a water bottle. So initially we have to make a plan how the bottle should be, how the shape and all everything should be. And if we consider about the cap, like we should be thinking like how it should be open and how it need to close. So that is the initial step of the designing. So with the proper plan and its functioning process, the design will be completed. So this is the actual basic meaning of a design. I hope all you are what is a design. And in this design, we need to consider few parameters. So first, actually, it depends upon the cost, and secondly, like the actual design. Third one is the materials and what are the materials we are going to use, and the rest property. So let's discuss this one by one. So before that, I would like to take you back to some important notes on the designing. So in the design, what this fast growing world today are using it as a 3D design. So generally, I hope like everyone heard about designing, 2D designing, and 3D designing. So today I'd like to talk about 3D designing. Can anyone answer like what is the 3D designing? Anyone? Come on, I request like at least anyone to talk because it will be helpful for you. If you guys communicate, it will be very it will be easy to me also to communicate and explain or to give some more ideas to you people. So instead of like being a silent, at least someone can talk. Either yes or no, that is also fine. Okay, I'll continue with. So 3D design. So 3D design is nothing but it is a program. It is a process. Sorry, it is a process of using computer modeling software to create an object with three-dimensional space. Okay, let me be more clear on this. So this means like the object which what we will be doing or designing. So it will be having a three key value access. So it will be we can see in any direction of we want to alter it, or if you want to design it, I would like to say it will be a very user friendly to say. So because if we consider about the 2D designing, it will be only having only one view where we can just see to a screen and we can draw something. But when it comes to a 3D designing, it will be like a rotational view where we can access and view from three different positions from X, Y, Z. The three positions are X, Y, and Z. So next, continuing with what is the purpose of 3D design? So like as I told you earlier, 3D modeling helps the designer to user in a visualized space, as I told in XYZ direction, but also it improves the drawing efficiency and accuracy. So as we know, I hope like a few mechanical students are here in the session. They might be familiar with the AutoCAD software and all. So what happens in the AutoCAD software? It is a 2D software, and we cannot visualize or we get the efficiency what we are expected to be as an output. So in this 3D design, we will be getting a lot of we can improve a lot with the efficiency and accuracy as well. Accuracy in the sense I would like to say in an easy word, to get some good finish. Next is 3D modeling. So Do anyone know what is 3D modeling? Generally, a modeling. Anyone?
Sir, can you repeat the question?
Do anyone know what is modeling? Modeling.
Model.
Not molding, modeling, model. MODEL, modeling.
Creating a prototype, sir.
Well, it is partially good, not completely. Yeah, let me explain. So modeling is nothing but it is also like initial plan where we are to make you more understand, where we take the paperwork into the creative work. I would like to say in that design work. So it's basically like if we do any calculation from the safety perspective, so it will be carried out in finishing object product. Like I would like to say, like modeling is the process of developing a mathematical coordinated based into a surface object. I hope you understand. Any queries here? Did you guys understand what did I say?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you guys are silent, I hope like everyone got clear, and then we keep on moving to next topic. Okay, now in this 3D designing, there are 7 advantages. I would like to say it has benefits or plans which we consider before designing or at the starting point of the designing. So I'll explain it one by one. There are 7 benefits in this modeling. So first one is you guys need to understand the concept. So when someone asks you to do such a design in their requirement, or if like you may have a group discussion and you thought of to do some design, so basically you have to understand what is the concept behind that. And the second step is like it is a visualization. I would like to say, like you have to prepare for it. So first thing is you have to understand, and next thing is like you have to prepare for it. The third step is like you have to draw a rough sketch before starting any design. Like I would like to say, like you guys have to do some paperwork, like a drawing and a rough sketch to make you guys like to understand more about the concept and to execute in a good way at the final stage. So the third step is like you have to do a rough sketch. And the fourth one is like after the rough sketch, like you have to decide the material, in which material you guys are going to do the designs. And the fifth point is like manipulation. Like after the designing, like after deciding the material, like you have to think how to manipulate it to get it into the final final product to the market. And the next stage is like then your actual designing starts. So from like in the sixth point, you guys will be designing according to the plan and according to the previous things what you have discovered like taken a note in the first 5 points. And the final one is about the expenditure. You guys will be deciding initially, you guys will be making a plan, you guys will be making deciding the material, design, everything. Finally, the cost comes. So what is the total amount of the cost going to or design and get it executed and bring it into like as a final product. And finally, after you guys getting the product, like you'll be sending it to market or some other clients who asked you to do. So these are the 7 major points what we have to consider in the 3D design. So you guys might be having a question of why do we need 3D drawing? Do you guys do you guys have this question in your mind or not? Yeah, I'll make it more simpler. Okay. So it's, as I said in the earlier, why do we need to 3D design? It's so simple, because already we have seen from the past old generation, they used to do designing, but it was only 1D and 2D. Like in, as I told earlier, in 1 and 2D, it won't be user friendly, or it won't be flexible to use, and it won't be like so accurate, or I would like to say it won't be up to the mark. So that's why we need this 3D drawing, which will give an accurate and exact value as what we are expecting the output from. Next, coming to the steps of the designing process, as I explained in the previous few minutes back, there are major points which we need to consider. These are defining a problem, brainstorm, research, identification. Okay, I'll be clear more on this. So first, define a problem in the sense like you guys have to discuss what are the design, what will be you guys will be doing. And second, coming to the brainstorm, like you have to go discuss with a few knowledge people, or with your friend circle, or might be with some of your colleagues as well, to brainstorm and to make a plan. Then you guys have to do a lot of research, as I told earlier, about the material maybe, or about it may be about a cost investment, or it may be like a design perspective, anything. Like there will be a lot of research. Then identifying a criteria and the specific constraints. So specific constraint in the sense like some design will be exactly, I would like to say some design will be very it will be in a different angle. Some designs will be in a triangular shape, circular shapes. All the designs won't be like a rectangular shape, right? So like you have to be very clear on the criteria and the specification of the constraint, the angles, and the things what we are going to make, what we will be using in the design. We call it as a constraints. I'll explain more about this while in the last slide, because I'll be showing few designs of mine. So it will be more clear in the last slide. So next, like explore possibilities, approaches, design, and make modeling prototype. This is all like we discussed few minutes back. Next, coming to industry, like I would like to know, what is industry? What is the general meaning of an industry? Can anyone answer for this? Come on. Okay, I'll really hear this. So to be in a simple word, I would like to say industry is nothing but an which makes a complete product from the raw material, where the raw material is converted into a final product. That is called an industry. To be this is just like a simple word, but if we go on keep on if you want to discuss in detailed way, there is a lot of meaning. But to make you guys understand, I'm just making it more simpler. So it's industry is nothing but an raw material which will be converted into a final product. That is. So when we come to know what are the standards in the first we know to do what are the parameters in designs and technology, what they are going to use in an industry. Mostly there will be 4 parameters. One is the operation, second one is the performance, third one is a duty rate or redundancy, and the final is the modernization. I would like to say it's nothing but unlike exploring it to or releasing it on market. So first one is an operation. Operation in the sense like where the raw material will be coming, it will go under with a lot of testing, whether it can be a final product or not. That is the first stage. And next one is a performance. The raw material will be segregated into it, and they'll be put into some container or under some process where actually it wanted to do. Then finally the packing, everything. So at the last, there will be more modernization where it will be coming out to a market. So this is what a general statement about the industries. So when it comes to a design in industry, there are major 4 parameters in designing. I'm being more clear here. We are not talking about an industry here. We are talking about the only design, what they are carried out in industry. So as you all can see in my screen, there are 4 parameters. So first one is the business design, second one is a enterprises design, third one is a product design, and fourth one is a execution design. So like first one, business design, is it will be taken care of some business people. They will be discussing about the financial things, the expenditure things, and the they'll be having a code for the design as well, how much amount has to be spent on the design to make it into a product and to release it. So second, coming to the enterprises design, so it is nothing but I'm giving us some ads, making their product familiar with the market or make them to advertise. They'll just give some ads and all. So this comes under this enterprises design. Product design, so I'll come to this later after the execution design. Execution design is nothing but unlike executing it to a world, it will be releasing it into a market where they can normal people can go and buy the product and everything. So coming back to the product design, here where the actual design starts. So product design is nothing but unlike, as I told earlier, we will be having a lot of initial plan. Product is nothing but to be more simpler. Product is nothing but a thing. It may be a smartphone or a computer or maybe a laptop or a water bottle or a wallet, anything it can be. Everything it is a product. So this, to make all this, as I told earlier, we have to go through the 7 major steps, which comes and falls all under the region of product design. So this is about the product design. Next, coming to the product carriers in industrial design. So in this product carrier design, most of the industries commonly are working in airlines, transport design, tool design, stencil, automobiles, and sports equipment, and some other design as well. So most of the worlds are running behind these products, and which are very familiarly known, not only in India, in the entire world. So most of the product design will be carried out in these kind of industries, what I have listed out here. So first, let's take about our airline and interior and exterior design. So you might be thinking generally the plane will be very big, and if you are a designer, you'll get to know how much difficult it is to design a plane, because in the plane we have to consider each and every millimeters. If just a 1 millimeter goes wrong, the entire flight is going to crash. So if you guys see in this slide, you can see some aircraft engine and some side wings picture here. So generally people will be thinking by seeing this picture, it will be very easy to design. But believe me guys, this is not so easy as you think. Each and every single design and each and every matters here. So let's not go much deeper, because it is related to different thing. So let's just talk about the design here. So if I consider only to design this engine aircraft, so there will be a lot of section under this design. So first, in the upper, for the front view, you guys can see this bow and this blade and this turbine shaft. and this wheels, tires, everything. So if you want to design this blade, it will be having some specific angles where you can't blindly design anything, because that will be going to create a more problem in the future. So you guys have to be more specific. You have to do a lot of calculation before proceeding any design, as I told you earlier, and this bow design also, because where I'll be more specific on this. Like this engine contains 3 specific parts. One is a compression, combustion, and last one is a turbine. So generally, like mechanical guys would be having a subject on this. Can anyone explain what is compression, combustion, and turbine? Anyone? Okay. So compression is nothing but the outer wind. The outer wind is get sucked inside to this engine. That is called compression, compressing of an air from environment. Next, coming to the combustion, where inside the engine, combustion in the sense like it will be combination of sucked air plus fuel from this plane. So where both oil, like air and petrol will get mixed, and which generates a power to push the blades. When the mixture of water plus fuel takes place, there will be some amount of energy created, and through that energy this blade starts rotating. So when it starts to rotate, like there will be a pressure which will be created inside the engine. So through that pressure, like it will be keep on releasing a gas from behind, and when the blade turns out, it will start moving. So this is about the engine. So when we have to consider, like when we plan to design aircraft engines, so first main thing we have to think about the turbine, which comes at the last thing. So in the turbine, like we have to design in such a way that every I would like to say, like there will be some minute hole where the hot air pressure will be going out from this design. So as you guys can see, like here there are a lot of blades which will be in a different tilted angle. There will be 3 layer everything. So I won't drag much. I won't drag this much. So to be specific and simpler, so in airlines company there are a lot of designs happening. So you might be having a chances of if you are a if you are having an interest in design, you might be getting a job in airlines, because where there most of the designs will be happening. And coming to our transport design. So transportation in the sense like not only about I would like to say about bus, a general bus. So that is also our transport design. So there also, like initially there will be a lot of designing happening when it comes to interior or exterior, or when it comes to an engine, or when it comes to a bus seating, stair, gear, whatever it may be. So this all comes under the transportation departments, where there will be a lot of opportunities and lot of designings will be happening. So here we can in this department also, we can see a lot of product designs, so which will be happening. It might be some small cap or maybe a larger engine, everything matters. Next, come to a tool designing. So when we comes to tool designing, I think most of everyone has gone through their first year, and they'll be having a common subject where they can see a lathe machine and all. So when it comes to a production level, there will be a lot of things which will be happening from from raw material into finished product. So in between this raw material into finished product, there will be a lot of process happening, where there will be a process which will be under the product has to be, or the design has to be in a specific shape or in a specific size. At that time, like we'll be using a lot of tools. One of the major tool will be, as we can see in this, a lathe machine design as well. So here you can see I have mentioned here there are a lot of phase tooling. So if you are familiar with this mechanical thing, you'll understand very easily. like no need of explaining more about these tools and all, because I hope like you guys all will be familiar with this tool because you'll be dealing with the lathe machines and all. So this threading tool. So coming to this threading tool, this tool used to design a circular rod or a circular steel, any steel metal. So where we can create a thread. So there will be using this thread tool, and this will be called as a thread designing. And it is similar to the facing tool, where we can just, if you want any product to be in a 45-degree angle, so there will be using this face tools and all, and this cutoff tool will be to remove extra layer from the designing perspective as well. And yeah, this is all about the tool designing. Next, it comes to stencil making. Stencil making is nothing but as I said earlier, it will be like a paperwork kind of things where you have to do initial process and all. So this is also comes under a lot of designing. So mostly like civil engineers will be doing the stencil making and all, because there will be drawing a lot of sketches or images before proceeding, proceeding to any construction of building and all. So this is quite common to civil engineers, but not a major part in this product designing as well. Next, coming to the automobile designing. Automobile designing, where there are a lot of design engineers will be working on and different product. Automobile in the sense like, I think you guys are familiar with the automobiles. So it might be a bike, car, any vehicles, or like it will be also like mobiles and all. So here also there will be a lot of things which will be happening from minor to major, so everything. So in this also, like there will be a lot of designing opportunities, and nowadays we can see in sports equipment as well. And this sports equipment also, like when it comes to generally, if we consider a cricket, so there were bat. So the bat cannot be taken in all the way. It should be in a specific style and a form and a dimension where everyone can where everyone can't So when it comes to a sports section, like everyone let us consider a cricket. So Virat Kohli batting form is different, and he will be using a different bat. When it comes to Rohit Sharma or KL Rahul, they will be having a different types of bat and with a different types of designing. So in this sports equipment also, like you will be using not only coming to bat, it may be coming to safeguards like helmet or a gloves or many other perspective. When it comes to hockey, designing of the bat, everything matters. So in all this industry, there will be a lot of designers, engineers will be working on a lot of designing process which will be carrying out. So any questions so far? If you guys have any question, please feel free to ask. Next, we'll be continuing with the different part. Any questions?
No, sir.
So now let's talk about the importance of industrial standards. What are the standards that the company or any manufacturers or any market level that has to reach the industrial standard before it is getting to internal market? So first one, what are the design standards? Do anyone know what are the design standards? Just a simple definition of design standard. Okay, so design standards is nothing but it means to be like a design item with generally accepted and uniform procedures with dimension, or it might be with material. So this is called design standard, where the product standardization, it will be in a technical and engineering design which aim to reduce the number of different parts with the product. So for an example, if we go back for 10 years back, we used to see a huge computer which had a lot of wires in it, with a big infrastructure, with a big structure and all. So if we compare to present days, we know how the computers are. It is very thin, small, and with a less cable connections and all. So the main design standard is to, like, the main standard of the industry is to reduce the number of different parts with the product. So this is one of the important design standard where the industry will be looking at. Next, coming to the main purpose of standards. Main purpose of the standards in this, it makes the best practice available to everyone to use their benefits in cost and time saving as well. So if you want to I would like to say, like, initially, if we wanted to purchase anything, we used to go to market, buy, walk, everything. So nowadays, with the technology, with the help of smartphones, we can do in a fingertip by sitting at a place. So this is the advantage. This is the advantage or advancement of technology, I would like to say. This is just an example. This is not the actual meaning. So I'm just making you guys to understand in a clear and better way. So the main purpose of the standards will be like it will be maybe a cost or time management. Everything has to be like it should be like available to everyone. It should be like a benefit to all the people who will be using. So that is also one of the most important standard where the industry will be looking at, and it promotes compatibility and interchangeability. Compatibility and interchangeability in the sense, like, if anything happens, if let's consider if a bike is going and suddenly it stops, there might be some problem with the spark plug. So like we'll get a lot of spare parts, so which can be easily removed and which can be easily replaced. So it comes under this compatibility and interchangeability section. So this is also one of the standards where the industry will be looking like. It should be user friendly, not a complicated one. So it should be not like a mobile phone. So if anything goes wrong with the mobile phones, we have to go to some repair person and we have to give them. So this is also kind of like a big process thing. So instead of that, what the main industry will be looking like, it should be a user friendly and it should be easily interchangeable. And one more is like to establish mandatory forms in the design and the production of machine, and to reduce various types of grades and quality characteristics as well. When it comes to industry, there will be a lot of variation and grades which will be taking. In each and every steps of the process, there will be a lot of different grades where the product will be going through under some test or under some checkings and all. So if we consider at the first stage, there will be if we consider any material. So first step, it will be going under heat resistance process, where it can where the testers will be checking either the product can resist the heat or not, because in some electronic item there will be a lot of heat coming up where it can damage the entire product. So there will be heat checking will be going on. So these type of every grades will be taking place, and every checking will be happening in different levels in industries. So these are the main purpose of a standard where the industry will be looking for. Next, coming to a generation of standards in design. So in this generation of standard design, initially the standard is generally agreed upon a set of procedures, criteria, dimensions, and plan. So generally, I would like to say, before you start any design, there should be procedures which we have to initially follow. It might be a criteria, or it might be a dimension, or it might be like a choosing of material, what we have to, how the material should be, or how the product should be. So this is the general standard in design where the industry will be looking for. This is just only one generation of a standard design, and there are two more points which I'll be explaining. So in engineering standard, there might be a describe the dimension of size and small part like screws or bearings, and measure properties like feature strength and all. So when we create this screws or bearing, there will be a lot of tests. As I said earlier, it goes under through different section and different testing. So if we simply say a screw or bearing is manufactured, like it is goes under different, not only the heat resistance checking, it also goes under stress, strain, and the fracture strength, everything. So this all comes under the different section. But this is not so important. This is generally a generation or a general statement of industrial standard design. So these are all different department will be taking care of this. But generally, I'm just giving you an idea. This is not so much important. Next, coming to national and other standards. So if any industry is building a new product, which they will be going to release into market, means they have to go through some national and international standards where they have to go and get the ISO and the ROHS and some other certifications. Because if anyone, hello, anyone have a question? Anyone have a question, please raise, and please don't unmute, so it will interrupt the session. Okay, where I was? Yeah, national and other standard. So if any product has to come to the market, they have to go through some ROHS, ISO standards, which the government will be giving the certificate for the product, so it is not hazard to human. So let us consider if we buy any electronic component, and that might be a, if in some critical case it gets bursted, or the product or the components what they use in that electronic components, it is hazard to human. So that won't be considered as a product, and the government won't give a permission for the industry to release it. So any industry, before releasing the product, it has to go to some national and other standard which will meet the criteria of ROHS and ISO. So this is all about the national and other standards of industrial standards. Next, coming to the benefits for standards in design, like as I explained earlier, like there will be a cost reduction, quality improvement, product flexibility, and manufacturing process here. So when it comes to cost reduction, every industry looks where they can build a good product with low cost. So the cost, initially the cost matters. So all the industry will be looking to reduce the cost of the product. So this is also one of the main aspects of the industrial standard where they'll be looking for. And there will be a lot of quality checking will be going on in each and every step before it comes to a final finished product. Next, come to flexibility. Flexibility in the sense like they'll be checking how years it can be lastable, for how many years it can withstand without any problems. That comes in that comes all under the product flexibility. Next, coming to the manufacturing perspective, like it will be a final thing which will be having at the last stage of the product. Which will be happening at the last stage in the industry, and they'll be releasing it on market. So these are the main important points and the standards where the industry will be looking at the designing point of view. So this is all about the standards in industry, in industrial level about the products. So far, any question, like you guys have any question regarding the designing and industrial standards? So later on, like after this, we will be continuing with the design. I'll show you how to install, how to download the SolidWorks, and how to make use of it. So before going that, I just wanted to know, like, are everyone clear with the slides, what we have gone through, or you guys have any question regarding the design? If you guys having any question, please raise your hand and feel free to ask a question. So I'll just give her 5 minutes. So in that 5 minutes, like anyone can raise a hand and talk. So after 5 minutes, I'll be continuing with the SolidWorks. I'll show how to download, install, and how to make use of SolidWorks. I think you guys are done with your 5 minutes. So I hope like no one has any question so far. So let's continue with the SolidWorks. So on this slide, I'll show you how to download and install the SolidWorks step by step, and let's work on it. So first, if you go to some browser, so just consider if you are on a Google, directly type SolidWorks community download. So as you guys can see here, this is a SolidWorks community download. So if you simply click on that, directly it will take to a link where you can see community download SolidWorks. So if you again click on this, so it will just ask for some accept all, where you have to fill all your informations. So it might be your first name, last name, email address, and the professional what you're doing. So let us consider. So I have to go through all the criteria. If I just give my name, last name, so it will ask whether you are a student or a teacher or any other professionals. So if you're just giving as a student, it will be a free trial where you can make use of it and request for a download. And before that, you have to like there is one more information like product information. So it will be having a serial number. Always you have to keep it in your mind. If you are using a student version, you have to start with 9020. That is the standardness of the SolidWorks where you can make use of it. If you change any other thing like here, except student, or they'll be having a different codes. So if you are selecting a student, you have to go with the 9020 version in SolidWorks, and it will be asking for a version, which version you wanted. If you wanted the latest version or you want the old version. So you guys have to select and request for a download here. So already I have this SolidWorks, so I'm not able to download once again. So you guys can try it out. So after installing, there is no such a rule like you have to add any license and all. Directly it will show a bar which will be showing a install bar. You can directly click on that, and directly all the formats will be filled automatically and your SolidWorks open. So now let's continue with this SolidWorks. So now I have showed you how to download the SolidWorks, and the installation step will be very easier where you can directly go and install, or if you have any doubts, like you can just go to YouTube and you can see how the installation will be happening. So now let's practice something with SolidWorks. Now I directly take you to SolidWorks. So when you open a SolidWorks, you can see the bars here. So this is how the SolidWorks picture will be when you open for the first time. So as you all, so there will be a lot of bars which will be opening on the top left of your system, where it will ask for you, where it will guide you to take for more. So if I want to start a design, first you have to go for home. And when you press on the home, like there will be 3 sections which will be opening majorly. These first one is a part, second one is a assembly, third one is a drawing. These 3 bars you will be seeing, because already I'm in a use with all these things. So it is coming along with this. But initially when you open for the first time, or you are a frequent student user, like you can see the only 3 these options when you click on the home. So when you guys want to start a design at the start, you have to select a part, because there we will be doing all our designs, and finally we will be doing the assembly. So when you click on the part, it will take some time to load, and like there will be a screen which will be coming exact to design. Yeah. So now you guys can see a screen. So here where we actually will be designing. So you can see a lot of options and features where will be here. So this is an extrude option, resolve option. So there will be a lot of things which I'll explain in this session. So it is a future one. So if you want to do any designing, you have to press on the sketch, which will be on the second left. So if you press on the sketch, like you can see a lot of option here, the designing or the sketching tools, we will make use of it and we'll start a designing. So let us say if we want to consider, like if you want to draw some box, just a rectangular box. So if we press or if we click on this rectangular box, so it will ask for in which plane you want to draw. If you want to draw in a front plane or in a right plane or in a top plane. So say if I click on the top plane, so it will directly guide me, or it will be directly displayed in a two-way where I can draw myself like in a 2-dimension. So there will be a lot of option here when you press the rectangular. So it will be like a 1 or 2, or it should be at the from the center, or it should be some tilted angle. So depending upon your usage or depending upon your demand, like you can draw that. Let me be. So have made it a center. So now like I want to draw a rectangle. This is a rectangular I have drawn. And if you want to give some dimension for this, there is an option called here dimension. So you can see this sketch, fillet, trim, offset, everything. Just give me. I think my option. So here to check the dimension, or else just give me a minute. There is some problem with my system. I'll just reinstall all this.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So when we have designed a square and we want to give us some specific dimension, so here on the top right you can see after exit sketch, you can see here indication saying smart dimension. So if you click on that and if you just press on this, so it will be coming in inches, so you can change it. So if you go here, there will be indication which will be saying either you want in inches or in a centimeter or in a mm. So let us consider I want this in a 5 inch. If I say 5 inch, it will automatically it will take. And note, yeah, who's that? Your voice is not so clear. Hello? Can you please unmute yourself, or if you have any question, just please raise your hand. Guys, please. Sound, please. Whoever is, please mute. Okay, so let's continue with this. So I have just given the width of a 5 mm, and again, if I want to change this dimension, again, I don't need to go here. So directly, if I just press the left button on my mouse, it directly shows. So there you can change the angle. So I want it is in a 3 inches. So if I click enter, so it will be completely. So finally, the box shape is a 5 inch and 3 inch. So this is in a 2D stage. So this is a 2D model, but we actually want it in a 3D model. So what are the sketch we are going to do? It will be in a 2D format. So when it comes to exit sketch, and we'll do some modification that will be completely 3D designing. So what are the sketch tools we will be using? It will be, it comes and lies under 2D sketch. So I'm done with my dimension. So I want to just create a box. So if I want to create a box, just go simple, directly go and exit sketch. If you click on the exit sketch, you can see this option will be coming. Right? I think everyone are clear with this. Is everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there will be 2 options in this. Either you can go with the exit sketch, or you can see a bar here. So if you click on this, it will be directly taking you to this featuring section. So if you come to a feature section, there will be options called extrude. Extrude means where it can build. Revolve means it will be happening in a circular view. And there are a lot of options called swept, lofted, boundary boss as well. So if you are familiar with the mechanical designing, you will be getting know what are these features and all. So if I want to create a box, so I'll just make it on a 3D angle. So if I want to extrude this, so it will ask for a plain sketch feature construction and all. There is. Sorry guys, there is a problem with my system. As my using my personal desktop, it is not so user friendly. So once we are done with the sketch, we have to go through the exit sketch. Then we can go to the extrude section. So here all. So just give me a minute. I'll just share. Yeah, I hope like everyone can see my screen now. So just consider, just say like I have designed a sketch. So we go to edit sketch, you can see with the dimension. So I want to change the dimension as well. So let's consider this as a 5 and this as a 3. So now the case is like 5 and 3 mm dimension. So now I want to make it as in a 3D model. So this is only 2D sketch. So I want to do in a 3D model. So then you can, after editing, directly you can go to and click this right mark and now exit sketch or in a feature base. Sorry guys. So before exiting the sketch, you can see a features here. So directly, if you click on the boss and extrude, so directly it will ask how many mm you want. So if you click directly or drag this how many mm you want, it will directly create a model. So just say like I have selected 3 inches of box. So it is automatically done. And what we have to do is just by clicking a right button. So if you click a right button, you can see a 3D model here. So what we have drawn is a 2D and what the product we got is in a 3D. So this is one option. So in this 3D modeling, we will be having a lot of options where we can do a fillet or we can rib or we can now do a cutout, everything. So simply I'll just go with all this option and that will make it clearly you understand. So if you want to do something of fillet, so you just have to select the edges and you have to just give the dimension here, how many inches or how many mm you want to do. So let us consider I want a 1 mm, sorry, 0.5 inch. And if we click the right button, it will be automatically, there will be a fillet happening. It will be called as a cross section. Now, usually you can see. So again, if you want to see this, in this angle, see, there is a fillet happen. And if you want to make a pocket in this box, if you want to make a hole or a pocket, you can directly go to this shell option. If you click on the surface, it will ask how many mm you have to do. So generally, if I want to do 2 mm of thickness, and if I press right button here, it will directly make a pocket here. See, these are so friendly software where we can use everything in a simple manner. But comparatively, these options all are not available in AutoCAD or in any CAD software because those are all the 2D software and this is a 3D software. So now I'll show you one more option, like if I want to cut this portion. So let us consider there is something here. So, or if I want to make some hole here. So just click on this and go to sketch, which will directly take you to our position. So here it will becomes in a blue circular, blue portion area where you want to draw. So if I want to just make a some hole here. So I have given a circle here, which I want to make this as a hole. So when I get back to the 3D position, there is an option called in features called extrude cut. So if I just click on this option and if I click here, so it will ask for how many length you have to cut this product. Let us say like I want to cut this for 5 inches. It will directly take to that. All we have to do is click right button option and you guys can see a hole here. So this is all about extrude, cut, fillet, shell, and sweep, and every portion. So let us consider one more option I would like to show you. So if you guys want to do anything which is related to circular one, so let us say like I have drawn a circle. So if you want to draw any cylinder, just go to circle, click on the options, scan, extrude. Everything will be happening in a fingertip. So it automatically takes, it will show like how many length extend you want, everything. So this is all about all the features here. Because of lack of time, we don't have much time here. So I cannot take you much deeper in this software. So once if you install and if you go on through all this option, I'm sure like you'll be interesting, you'll be getting a lot of interest in this software and you'll be making use of it to up to your mark and extent. So now I would like to show a few of my design, which I have designed everything. Just as a couple of my hobby, I was doing that. So I would like to show a design which I have done. So this is a recently which I have done. It is like a robot arm where I have designed everything. This is all done in a SolidWorks. So as you guys can see, there is a lot of different step here. There's an antenna, there is a U-clip bracket, everything. This is all which will be done in a SolidWorks with the fraction of a minute. I would like to say initially I took a day to complete it, but when you start using it, it will be very familiar. I'm sure like you guys will be enjoying it. So not only this design, I have a few more design which I would like to share with you guys. As explained here, you guys can see here screw design what I have done, and this is all some doorbell designs which have designed for the company perspective as well. So this is the general information. So I can share you this also. Like after you guys done with your design, you can convert it into a 2D format as well. So say suppose like if you are preparing any PPT or if you are preparing any document for your final project. So in that report, you have to mention everything. So at the time you need to like show all the designs in this format. Like everything has to be so clear and specific. So at the time, like directly you can go to some sheet format will be available in this software as well, where you can see a lot of options. If you go through all the options which is available at the top, you can see, and you can make which is in the top. This is the top view, front view, back view, isometric view, and the back view. So I think all the mechanical students are familiar with the design because they have already gone through with this CAD in their first and second year. So they will be knowing what is a front view, back view, everything. So this can be done within a fraction of a second in SolidWorks. There are a lot of designs ongoing, but which I cannot exhibit or show to you guys because there will be some rule in a company where I should not enclose the company designs to others as well. So these are only my personal design which I'm sharing with you. So these are all the design, and that's all about this SolidWorks. So I request everyone just to install it, just because it is a free of cost. I request everyone to install this software and start making use of this software. I hope like everyone like enjoyed this session.
Yes, sir.
So is there any queries? Is there any queries? Please let me know, and feel free if you guys have any questions regarding this. I'll just give 5 minutes. You guys discuss, or if you have any queries, please reach me out. And after 5 minutes, I think like we can have a talk and we can end the session.
Hello, sir.
Is there any queries?
This is solid time, real time application. ఎక్కడ అప్లై అవుతుంది మోస్ట్లీ ఎక్కడ యూస్ చేస్తారు
Sorry. Like I can't hear you. There is some disturbance in your voice.
వేర్ వి మోస్ట్లీ యూస్ సాలిడ్ వర్క్స్
Can you repeat it again?
మోస్ట్ అప్లికేషన్స్ ఆఫ్ సాలిడ్ వర్క్స్
Yeah, most of application of the SolidWorks. Your question is not so clear for me. Can you repeat it once again? Hello.
in which zone you solid works mostly
I'm sorry, dear. Like, I think you have a lot of. Can you speak out?
Sir, in the zone we use SolidWorks mostly.
Still, there is a disturbance, dear. I can't hear you.
Sir, I think
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, it is audible, but it is getting echo. Can you just? I think someone is you. They can mute and you can speak. Yeah.
I think she asking about applications, sir.
Applications. Okay, so like it is from the theory point of view or from the designing point of view. Like what kind of application she is asking about? Can she be
Application point of view, designing.
okay? Wait, I'll just quickly share my screen once again. So application in the sense, like I would like to say, what are the features what we are making use of it? Application in the sense, it might be it's nothing but an designing process, I would like to say. So designing in the sense application, it is a first application, it is a user friendly and time management. The second one is, wait, I would like to open this thing. Yeah, so if I consider this design, so the major application in this design is nothing but an first initially pre-plan. So application in the sense like first we have to make some paperwork and directly implement from 2D to 3D. And after that, like we will be creating a lot of parts which will get assembled in some other option. Like there is a assembled option called here. So like we will be doing assembly and we'll be doing a rendering, everything. These are the main important applications here. So to be more clear, just give me a minute. I'll quickly update you what are all the important applications, because everything is available here in this software. So as I said earlier, there is nothing much in this. So first thing, it is like anything which will be converted into model or product. That is the one of the most and important application in this designing. So when it comes to theory, like there will be a lot of application which will be coming over. But when it comes to a design perspective, there is only one application. It's nothing but an converting anything into a model or into a product, which will give you a three-dimensional view as a product. So that is the only. And we have to do some analysis, as I explained to you earlier. There will be stress analysis, strain analysis, heat analysis, and some thermal analysis. And some quality checking will be done, which will be done in this application as well. So these are all the application itself. So, but that will be comes under sub terminology of this application, under this sub terminology under this application. But one and only major thing is like doing anything and converting into a final product or a model. That's it. I hope like you got some idea on this, Sujana. I hope, are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, thank you. Thank you. And this session was very useful and informative.
So first of
So
all,
thanks.
I would like to thank you guys for
Yeah.
creating a wonderful opportunity for me, like interacting with
Yes,
you,
sir.
the students as well.
Yes, sir.
So
Thank
I'm just going to drop my mail ID here. So if you have any queries, like if your students have any queries regarding any designing, so they can reach out me at any time. So I'm free, like I'll feel free to help them.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So
So, behalf of management, principal, sir, and IIC, thank you, sir. Thank you for accepting our request to conduct this impact lecture series session on importance of design and its industrial standards using SolidWorks. Thank you, sir. This session was sponsored by MIC and thanks to MHRD, AICT, and IIC. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
thank you. Have a good day. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you.
joining.
Thank you.